Namaste, this is Manor P. Hiramat from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. In this video, I'm going to explain about data flow model of ARM processor. So the contents begins with the introduction to data flow model, components of ARM processor, data flow with ARM processor, examples of data flow, data movement, control signals, interrupt handling, data flow visualization, and finally the conclusion. So let's begin with the introduction to data flow model of an ARM processor. As we go through the diagram, a data flow diagram illustrates how data moves within the ARM processor. It showcases the flow of data between various components within the processor. Understanding the data flow diagram is crucial for comprehending the functioning of the ARM processor. Now let's see the components of ARM processor. The ARM processor consists of components like ALU, registers, control unit, and memory. These components work together to execute instructions and process data. Each component plays a vital role in overall functionality of the processor. Data flow within the ARM processor. Data flow starts with the instruction fetch phase where instructions are fetched from memory. The data then moves to the decode phase where the instruction is decoded to determine the operation. Subsequently, the data is processed in the execute phase where the actual operation takes place. Example of data flow in ARM processor, addition operation. Let's consider an addition operation. Add R1, R2, R3. In the fetch phase, the processor fetches the add instruction from memory. During the decode phase, the processor decodes the instruction as an addition operation. In the execute phase, the processor adds the contents of registers R2 and R3. The result is stored in register R1. This showcases the data flow during an addition operation in the ARM processor. Data movement in ARM processor. Data movement within the ARM processor occurs through registers and buses. Registers temporarily hold data during processing. Buses facilitate the movement of data between different components of the processor. Interrupt handling and ARM processor. Interrupts are signals that temporarily halt the processor's current operation. When an interrupt occurs, the processor saves its current state and handles the interrupt. Once the interrupt is processed, the processor resumes its normal operation. Data flow diagram visualization. A visual representation of the DFT can help understand the flow of data in the ARM processor. It shows how data moves from one component to another during instruction execution. Visualizing the data flow diagram enhances comprehension of the processor's operation. Finally, the conclusion. The data flow diagram of the ARM processor illustrates the movement of data within the processor. Understanding the data flow is essential for grasping the functioning of the ARM processor. By analyzing the data flow diagram, one can appreciate the intricate process of data processing in the ARM architecture. At last, I thank you for watching my video. This is Manor P. Hiramat signing off.